I am Moses, the servant of God, the leader of the Israelites and the man who stood against the might of Egypt, born into slavery under Pharaoh's rule. My very existence was threatened by a cruel decree to kill all Hebrew newborn males. To save me, my mother placed me in a basket and set me adrift on the Nile by divine providence. I was found by Pharaoh's daughter and raised as a prince of Egypt, but my destiny was not to be a ruler of that land. I was chosen by God to deliver my people from bondage. As I grew, I learned the truth of my heritage. The suffering of my people weighed heavily on me, and in a moment of anger, I struck down an Egyptian who was beating a Hebrew slave. Fearing Pharaoh's wrath, I fled into the desert, finding refuge in the land of Midian. There, I became a shepherd, built a new life, and thought my past was behind me. But God had not forgotten me. On Mount Horeb, I encountered a bush that burned yet was not consumed. From within the flames, God spoke to me, commanding me to return to Egypt and demand the freedom of the Israelites. I was but a simple man, slow of speech, yet God promised to be my strength. With my brother Aaron at my side, I stood before Pharaoh and declared, "Let my people go." Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he refused. So God sent 10 plagues upon Egypt, rivers of blood, swarms of locusts, hail and fire, darkness, and at last the death of the firstborn. Only then did Pharaoh yield, and I led my people out of Egypt in what became known as the Exodus. But Pharaoh's pride would not let him accept defeat. As we reached the shores of the Red Sea, the sound of chariots thundered behind us. Pharaoh had sent his army to reclaim us. Trapped between the sea and certain death, my people cried out in fear, but I stood firm. God commanded me to raise my staff over the waters, and at his power the sea split apart. A path of dry land appeared before us, and we crossed in safety. Walls of water towering on either side. When the Egyptians pursued, I raised my staff once more, and the waters crashed down upon them. Not one of Pharaoh's men survived. Our journey had only begun. In the wilderness, I ascended Mount Sinai, where God gave me the 10 Commandments, laws to guide our people for generations. Yet the road to the Promised Land was long and filled with trials. My people struggled, rebelled, and lost faith, but still, I led them for 40 years through hardship and wandering. I saw miracles and betrayals, victories and defeats. Yet I never wavered in my mission. Though I was destined never to set foot in the Promised Land, I beheld it from Mount Nebo before I took my final breath. I died knowing that my mission was fulfilled, that my people were free, and that the covenant of God would endure. I was Moses, the prophet who defied a Pharaoh, the leader who parted the sea, and the man through whom God revealed his law. My name is remembered not for the kingdom I left behind, but for the faith that led a nation to its destiny.